All right, we're going to bring to the stage a very good friend of mine. Goes by the name of Chris Oliver. Put your hands together for Chris, everybody.
That was one funky intro. Who are we listening to there? Wolfpack? Wolfpack.
Wolfpack.
Excuse me, Wolfpack. Well, I know some of you have seen me before. My spiel doesn't really change, although it helps when I see my notes. There we go. Yeah, I like to open my set by asking a very simple question or having a very simple request. Please raise your hand if you are human. Humans in the house, please raise your hand. We have one person on the phone. There we go. We found some humanity on the phone user. Excellent. I asked this very simple question because evil walks amongst us. They look human, they act human, but they sure as shit are not human.
I always signal before I change lanes.
Very good. Thank you for that audience interjection there. I wish I had more jokes, but I'm afraid I'm serious. They run our governments, they run our media, they run our religions. Turns out Jesus didn't die for our sins. Jesus died for original sin. Jesus died for the sins of the fallen who were cast from grace. God is quite real. And when I speak of God, I mean the force that made us something instead of nothing. God in the Holy Bible is a fictional character. But hopefully, if you can feel your spirit, that is all the faith you need. Evil can be your friends. Evil can be your lovers. Evil might be dropping something in the bathroom. Evil might be your family. True story, the last time I saw my mother, I looked at her and I said, yes or no, are you my biological mother? She's like, what? Why would you ask me that? I was like, yes or no, are you my biological mother? Do you want to see the scar? Yes or no? And she goes, yes! I go, you must wait for the question, are you my biological mother? And she could not provide a simple yes to that very simple question. They walk amongst us. They're easy to spot once you know what to look for. They are the people that nitpick too much. They are the people that are angry without cause. They are the compulsive liars you know. They are the people who take a mile when you give an inch. They are the people who incessantly talk about their problems or the problems of others. They are the people who turn discussions into arguments and then refuse to lose the arguments. But they're not actually people. I'm here to tell you that people are great. We all have our bad days, but for the most part, your fellow man is kind, your fellow man is considerate, your fellow man is clever. I'm rather fond of my fellow man. I love them with all my heart, as much as I can. And soon, we're about to need each other in a way that we've never needed each other before. I firmly believe that Obama will be serving a third term, and I want you to think about how fucking weird shit's gonna have to get in order for that to happen. We're about to need each other like we've never needed each other before. But the good news is, evil cannot hurt us. Their only tactics are fear, doubt, and guilt. Evil cannot hurt us. It can only trick us into hurting ourselves or to hurting each other. How many people here have heard of the Mandela effect? A few people, excellent. The Mandela effect is a term coined by the internet to describe the changes in our reality that people remember differently. The most famous of these is, remember the book, The Bearstein Bears?
Yeah.
Everyone remembers the Bearstein Bears? That book is now called The Bearstain Bears, for no reason. It just changed. Those of you who are native Texans, I want you to look at a map of the United States and look at Texas, specifically the eastern border of Texas, now protrudes into Arkansas. Now protrudes into Louisiana in a way that it used to go inwards. It now goes outwards. No reason for these changes. These are just changes. About 30 different words that I know of have changed spelling for no good reason. The most obvious of which, if you could see the pain in my face there, it's because this part hurts me. The most obvious change is the word business. Business is spelled B-U-I-S-N-E-S-S. Agreed? Business. You look around the world, everyone's spelling it B-U-S-I. That's busyness. That's a whole different word. You can't get the pronunciation of biz from B-U-S-I. Okay, that's as old man as I get during my spiel, I promise. But these are clues, people. These are clues. Your reality is changing around you because you are watching a play. And if the current election doesn't prove that you are watching a farce, I don't know what will. I want to live in the America I was sold, but that is not the America I live in. You're watching a play with no coincidences. There are no coincidences at all in this existence. You are being tempted and you are being tested. You are here to self-actualize your true form as spirit. And the first step towards that is learning not to fear all the things you've been told to fear. The second step is to stop playing by the rules you've been taught to play by. Always choose love and follow your own moral compass. Most of us are good people. We know right, we know wrong. Choose right instead of what you have been told to choose. That's my spiel. My spiel comes with 2 bits of advice. Show of hands if any of you meditate. Any meditators in the room? Meditators, Mediterraneans? Any Mediterraneans? No. I highly encourage you to meditate. There is no better way to feel your soul. And as I mentioned earlier, if you can feel your soul, that is all the faith you need. For that is a tiny fractal fragment of God's love creation right inside of you. My other bit of advice that I like giving at open mics, because it's generally not needed, is to be creative. Can I get a fuck yeah for creative people?
Fuck yeah!
I love coming to these open mics. I love seeing all the talent. I've been back in Denton a couple of months now talking about this stuff. And, as Joe saw earlier, I've seen him a few times, great songwriter. I love all the music in this town. I love to see that. I love seeing that comedy has actually made a stance here. Back when I used to do stand-up comedy in this town, it was me and one other guy. Now it's a whole very cliquish clique of people, which is cool. That's my spiel. Would anyone like to ask me questions of this craziness that I am speaking of?
Why do you want us to ask you questions?
Because questions give me more material to explain things. Like, I understand how my spiel sounds. I come up here and I say, hey, evil, it walks around and it looks human, and it's not human. And I know where that's coming from. I know how that sounds.
Do you think rhetorical questions are sexy?
Do I think what are sexy?
Rhetorical questions.
Yes. Is this a rhetorical question?
Do you think it's sexy?
No.
Okay, then it's not a rhetorical question.
Well, very good then. My name is Chris Oliver Times. This has probably been the goofiest delivery of this spiel I've done here in Denton, Texas, but I do love coming here to Abbey Underground. I will be handing out cards after I'm done. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening.
Chris Oliver, everybody. One more time for Chris.
Yeah!